Type 9. Type 9. Type 9.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Everyday Growth Advisors live stream. It's New Ticker Monday. I hope you guys are having a great day. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All of you guys. What a week. My goodness. First and foremost, I want to say thank you, and thank you for being here. It's been a crazy weekend. We had the Everyday Growth Advisors mentorship course, wave number 7, signups over the weekend, and we sold out within an hour. Guys, it was crazy. Within the first 4 minutes, we sold 40 seats, and within the hour, all the seats were filled. It was insane. I want to thank each and every one of you that signed up. If you're not part of Option Swing, please go check it out. It's one of the greatest communities ever. Thank you for, believing in me, my teaching style, and everything that I stand for in this channel. It has been a long journey where Everyday Growth Advisors has come from, and where we are now is a true testament to the people that follow us and have been with us from day one. So if you have been in this stream since we were having 5 viewers, and today when we get 100 to 200, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. and thank you for believing in me. Your support is everything, and it matters a lot to me. So I want to say, really, from the bottom of my heart, once again, thank you. This week, we have a great week. A lot of things that are going to add tremendous value to your trading week. Highly recommend not to miss this week, okay? Today, we'll be going through Lululemon, which is the company that does athleisure wear. It's a new segment of products. Athletic leisure wear. It's people who do lots of yoga, people who do lots of athletic stuff like to buy their products. And we'll talk about a little bit about what the company does, its revenues, where it comes from, how it's growing. Not too much into fundamentals today because we have Fundamental Wednesday for that. But before all of that, we're going to do the pre-market breakdown and get you guys up to speed so that you guys don't have to. Make sure you smash the like button if you're here. Thank you very much for doing that already for people who have. Remember, that's the only thing that I really would appreciate if you do. It helps me to let the stream reach more people, and that's really the thing, right? We want to educate as many people as possible. So if you want this stream to reach more people, smash the like button. All right, cool. Let's do the pre-market breakdown here. Welcome into the stream. Hope you guys having a good morning, drinking your coffee and eating your bagel while I'm getting ready to wind down here. Okay, let's have a look at this real quick. Remember, we covered the news first, but we're not covering the news to look at any specific thing here. We're covering the news because we want to know how retail traders will react to the markets today. And usually what the news says is what we'll do the opposite of. So U.S. futures rise with Euro stocks, bonds drop, markets wrap. Bonds dropping means risk assets are still in play here. Looking at a rotation within the sectors in the S&P 500 here. Out of that, really not much other news here except for some conflict, which may cause, some kind of maybe jitters in the market. I'm not really sure if it actually will happen, but we'll see what happens today. I have a feeling that some kind of a pullback is imminent, right? We've been rallying for a couple of days, and I'm well positioned for a pullback. For people who have been following my trades, I'm well positioned with QQQ puts and VIX calls at the moment. I got the VIX calls at a slightly high price, but I'm pretty confident with the idea of buying them at these price levels. Looking at the VIX here, we've been seeing increasing volume of buying, and we'll see whether that continues here. A nice spike in VIX will give me a little bit of protection to the downside if something happens. You can see how the moving averages are starting to kind of converge upward here, and so is RSI. So we'll look closely at VIX for the more today and see how it performs and see what the Wall Street Journal here is saying. The S&P 500 on track to close out the best month since April. And so you guys know what this means, right? This is all bullish news, right? Super bullish news, a lot of good news, right? And when there is good news, what do we do, guys? What do we do when the news is positive? That's when we have to go to the exits, right? We got to get out of here. We got to start thinking about exiting our positions. I'm not saying, sell everything. What I'm saying is be prepared for a pullback, okay? But more on this in a second here. TikTok deal, apparently this was a power play by China now. There was, all things were set, and then now they say, oh, we need the Chinese to sign off on it. So that's going to be a little bit of a wrench in the mechanical gear system that they were hoping. And then Berkshire, Warren Buffett finally putting his cash pile to use here, buying up some stakes in 5 Japanese companies. I've been talking about emerging economies, and obviously Japan's not considered an emerging economy, but it's been doing pretty badly for the past 10 years or so. So I say this is a bold move by Buffett. Probably a good risk to reward ratio here that he's chasing. Yeah. And let's see what else here. Individual investors boom reshapes stock market in remote learning. And let's look at what the market news is here. Let's have a look at that real quick. So the same. Berkshire Hathaway, China, UN strengthens as trade and economic concerns fade. Individual investors boom. Okay, China banks report profit drops. Makes sense. The central bank there has been also, practicing some inflationary policies. So it's no surprise. And shipping stocks weathered the pandemic storm. Still going crazy. Pre-market movers here. Let's have a look real quick. Tesla down 79%, not because it's down 79%, but because of a stock split. So is Apple at 74%. Both of these stocks over the weekend had a stock split. Tesla for a, I believe, 5-to-1 split, and Apple for a 4-to-1 split here, which means for every for every share of Apple that you owned, you now have 3 additional shares, and for Tesla, you would have 4 additional shares. So that's that. That's the reason why that's like that. I'm not sure what this company is. It's up 172%, and we're definitely not trading that. Today we have 2 FOMC members speaking, so keep track of that. That'll be something to watch over there. And FOMC members usually have opinionated views, so expect that to be slightly interesting. Trip.com going to be reporting earnings today. We don't expect them to have great earnings. And yeah, okay, let's have a look at the S&P 500. Apple, let's see, American Airlines. Not really that many big movers today. The Dow Jones with Boeing, okay, not really that crazy. The Nasdaq here, okay, cool. Not many that movers. What is this? Gevo Inc. Not significant. All right then. And here we have showing Dish Networks are up about 6%. Let's see here, China Holdings, and then losers here, Walmart down about 3%, Oracle down, Fastly down, Microsoft down a little bit. This is possibly on jitters that the TikTok deal might not go through, but that's fine. It doesn't make really a big deal, a big difference for Microsoft. Its cash flow still continue on. Okay, cool. Let's look at the heat map real quick. How are our stocks performing versus each other here? You can see majority, we're kind of like in between, right? We're neither here, neither there. Microsoft down a little bit. We have tech kind of selling off a little bit, except for Apple and Intel here. And remember last week I called out, well, on Friday actually, I made a call out on Intel here. So that trade's going to be up a little bit. Where is it? Oh, maybe I didn't call. Oh, I didn't call it out officially. Well, I did call it on the trading floor. I got some $56 calls for Intel. I'll show you guys right now. For a gap fill play here. We were looking at nice increasing volume on Intel with a nice little uptrend here, showing a rebound, possible rebound. We don't know if it actually will rebound. Pre-market's already up above the moving averages here, so expect Intel to kind of have this upward push momentum and see if we can actually go back up. The reason why I chose $56 calls was because that's like halfway through the gap here. So the Fibonacci retracement down, this is about 50%. I like the idea of it retracing back to about 50% here. And I got some lotto plays. It's not really that crazy. It's pretty far out actually, so not too bad. And I think we're going to do okay with those. It might open up a couple of percent higher today and see how that goes. All right, cool. Let's do let me just get some of these things read here. Thank you guys for liking the stream, guys. Make sure you smash the like button if you're here. I appreciate all of you. What's up? Good morning. How are you guys doing? Good morning. Tia about you. We expect calls to hedge against my positions. I've been taught those went up and I cashed out, but my position went up as well. What in the world is going on? What? About I'm kind of confused with this. You bought UBXY calls to hedge your positions like you have been taught. Okay. Those went up and I cashed out. Okay. So you sold them. Okay. But my positions went up as well. What do you mean by your positions went up as well? Huh. Okay. Could you maybe clarify that so I can help you out? Cool. Good morning. Yep. Let's make another $1. Absolutely. Good morning. Love Lulu. Haha. You guys love Lulu. Okay. Ready for the nuggets? It's time. It's going to be a great week, profitable week for everybody. Let's go. Absolutely. Also, Lulu is base. Stock has been my money. And undies are even more comfy. Intel. Okay. Got you. Crowd. Okay. RKT. Okay. Cool. Got you. Nice little call outs here today. I see you guys are learning. Except for this one. Maybe this expiry is too near in my opinion. Actually, you know what? It's not that bad considering it's at 51 already. Your calls are in the money. So you should be okay there. Okay, another thing, guys. Tomorrow's live stream is something you do not want to miss. Okay, I have that scheduled already, so if you want to go turn the reminders on, please do. It's going to be a webinar on how to manage your positions. Okay, this one right here. It's tomorrow at the same time. Make sure you attend this webinar. Okay, do not miss this one. On Thursday, we're going to go through time value of money. Okay, or time value of just investments in general. And I think that's an important concept to cover as we move forward here. Okay, because I think many of you make mistakes in your trading because you don't understand time value. And I want to go through this fundamental concept of finance because it's going to be applicable to every scenario that you trade or you invest or your personal finance or anything like that. Even if you take a mortgage, you need to understand this. Or I'm going to go through a bunch of different things. Okay, so highly recommend you to attend tomorrow's webinar and Thursday's webinar. They are super important streams. Okay, on Wednesday, we'll go through Fundamental Wednesday, which is LULU's fundamental analysis. We'll value the stock, yada, yada. And then on Friday, we'll do the recap. But remember, tomorrow's webinar is super important. Okay, great. Okay, thank you for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. Continue smashing the like button. I do appreciate that. Okay, so let's do the SPY technical update here. We'll go through a technical analysis of the indexes and show you what I'm looking at here. So we'll start with SPY here and then go over to NASDAQ and the Dow Jones Industrial Average here. So we have seen now a significant number of days where we are just going up and up and up. Obviously, there is bound to be a pullback day. Okay. Now I'm not saying it's going to be today or it's tomorrow or whatever. All I've been doing is been hedging and hedging and hedging. You accumulate a hedge position and you keep adding to it and you keep adding to it and you keep adding to it. And now at this point, I have QQQ puts, which are a direct hedge to tech, and I have some UVXY calls, which are a direct hedge to SPY. Okay, I don't really need to hedge the Dow Jones because it's not really that overbought compared to the other indexes. So I'm hedging purely against tech over here, against technology stocks. Why? Because I know that they're slightly overbought. Things need to pull back. And my guess is, within the next 1 or 2 weeks, we will see a pullback. Okay. Now, how much of a pullback? I say a pullback at least to this nice little channel up here, right? That's what we've been doing. We've been bouncing on this channel and we've been going further. We've been bouncing on the channel and going further. So expect a pullback down here, down to the 50 retracement, which is where it's been moved from this swing low to the swing high here. And that should be, a pretty decent pullback. Less than 5%, obviously, which is a nominal pullback, okay? And so you don't know when it's going to happen. All you got to do is just keep adding to your position and averaging down so that that over time you will be safeguarded, okay? And the same thing applies for SPY here. We've been kind of bouncing through these channels, and so I see a pullback possibly happening here, okay? So just keep note of that. We have been running up and overheating for a while now. On the 4 hour, you can see how far up we've been running up. I did say this was a key level for battle between bulls and bears, so expect a retracement back to this level at least before continuing to run up. Don't get me wrong, we are in a bull market and we will continue to go up. But remember, nothing goes up in a straight line, all right? There are always breathe in and breathe out, breathe in and breathe out, okay? And so the stock market is like a human. It needs to take breaths in and breaths out, okay? Now, before anybody asks me about Apple and Tesla, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now that please, I would exercise extreme caution, okay, at a valuation of these particular points when the indices are so overbought, okay? It's like saying you go to your favorite store and you see a shoe. You know it's costing you about 40% more, but you still want to buy it, okay? You know you can get it for cheaper if you wait a couple of weeks, but you're so impatient to buy it that you want to buy it now because you think the price is going to increase, okay? So I'm here to tell you a little bit of patience will go a long way if you just hang in there, wait for the drop, and then purchase your Tesla and your Apple when the drop happens, okay? A little bit of patience will go a long way. So don't ask me about Tesla and Apple because let me tell you, the time for a discount is coming. So why would you want to overpay for something? Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's something that I would advise you guys. Okay, Welcome into the stream, guys. You think we can hit 100 likes today? I think that would be a possible, goal. If you can smash the like button, I would really appreciate it. It's the only thing that I ask from you guys. It's to share the stream with other people, and the only way that happens from YouTube is if you smash the like button. Okay, so I really appreciate if you do that. All right, usually markets go down, volatility goes up. Not complaining because I made money both ways. Just seeing if this is a sign for caution. Absolutely, it is. It's definitely a sign for caution. And I've been watching the wicks like a hawk. It's been doing this little weird, up-down thing. I'm about to show you right now, where it's making higher highs and higher lows, and then coming back down. And so I view this as a potential, run up here. And so that's the reason why I've hedged with wicks. Okay, we kind of sold off on Friday, but here we are again. Okay, so I say it's not a bad thing to hedge. Okay, and then we had the golden cross, which was the short-term moving average moving over the long-term. Signals kind of a short-term bullish trend, right? So I'm taking precautions here and betting against to hedge my portfolio. Okay, it's simple. How did you hedge your positions? Keep buying short-term puts and sell every time it pulls back? No, I didn't do that. I have all my long positions intact, which means to say that all my calls and all my long shares are still existing, but at the same time, I have puts on QQQ. I have $285 puts on QQQ. Okay, so I'm expecting a pullback to this little old resistance here. And I have VIX calls, and therefore VXX, and I believe that they are $25 calls. So it's going to be slightly in the money when the VIX kind of jumps up here. Okay, so you buy the opposing positions in a bid to make some money on the way down, and that's all that is about that. Also super excited for the course starting tonight. Tomorrow will be fun, pre-market live, plus the live trading chat with you possibly. Oh yeah, absolutely. Tomorrow's going to be absolutely fun. I'm really looking forward to teaching all of you guys. So thank you for signing up for the DJI course. Another wave number 7, selling out once again in under an hour. That is truly humbling, guys. I really, really appreciate your support. And I really hope that, when after you're done with the course, it's going to help you out. From what I've seen, it's been making really great effects on all the mentees so far. So I really have great hopes for you guys in changing your portfolio, turning around your portfolio. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Well, we have done the technical update with SPY here. We're kind of done with the pre-market analysis. Let's move on to Lululemon now. This is the ticker of the week. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. Absolutely, Kabir, no problem. Glad to do it, man. Glad to do it. Let's see. Can we get to 100 likes, guys? I really want to get to 100 likes. That would be my aim today. So if we can smash the like button, remember, you don't need to donate. You don't need to do anything, even though you can. But just click the like button. That's all I ask for. Thank you. Okay, so I was doing a little bit of research on Lululemon. Let's kind of do the technical first on this stock. Looking at it on the daily chart, you can see this is a crazy run-up, okay? Considering that the COVID-19 crisis dropped the stock from here at a $260 or $270 valuation down to about $125. Imagine if you bought this on the dip. The stock is up currently 196% from the bottom. Insane growth there. Now, is that justified? That's a different thing altogether. But I personally think that the stock is now overbought. Okay. Now looking at the technicals here, we're actually pretty far above, the nominal range here. I think a good pullback would be to this level right here, the old resistance, which was at a 355 price, 376, 380. Please don't be buying the stock at these levels here. The consolidation above here is also starting to kind of go sideways. We may see, the stock make lower highs and kind of eventually come down to this level here, which would be a nice little test if it, needs to move further up. So, be cautious with Lululemon. I wouldn't necessarily buy this here. I see volume flowing out. I see, the market in a overbought stage. Remember, it's part of the S&P 500. If the S&P 500 comes down, then Lululemon comes down with it, right? If risk gets diversified, then the same thing happens, right? So just think about that for a second. the technicals are looking like a pullback is necessary in order for us to continue running here. So just be careful, okay? Be extremely careful what you do there. What expiration do you have for your hedges? Let me see. I'm gonna check right now. Hold up. Okay, for the QQQ puts, they're expiring next month. For the VIX calls, they're expiring 10. So both of them 10/16. I take them a month out. Okay, hit the like for the great content. Thank you very much for doing that. Okay. Cool. Can a mod please help me out with the chat here? We don't really want people advertising their things here. This is not an advertising channel. Vinod sir, I appreciate you attending the stream, but this is definitely not a place for you to advertise your business. Thank you very much for helping me out there, mods. If you can, I appreciate that. Okay, so looking at Lululemon here, looking up the news, this is a bearish article on it. I like to get both sides of it. And what happened is, I was reading through the 10Q, the quarterly update here. Obviously, the company did a little worse than expected. Revenues declined 17% to 652 million. And you know, for a company that's doing athleisure, they do sell a ton of inventory. But obviously, COVID-19 is impacting their sales and their penetration in other markets here. So, just a little bit of analysis here. They were closed for a significant portion of the quarter, as you know, management says here. And subsequent to May, they've been beginning to reopen its retail locations in these markets in guidance with local authorities, right? Companies operated stores were open. And the first quarter ended May 3rd. Net revenues are 17% down on a constant dollar basis. Net revenues decreased 16%. And direct consumer net revenue decreased 68%. Gross profit is 21% down. Gross margins are 51% down. And income from operations are down tremendously, which are actually the most worrying part of my analysis. Okay, we typically want to see operation income either stagnant or just, you know, doing the same. Okay, but this was a 75% down from the previous quarter or in the same year last year. And that kind of, you know, it says something about the business. You need to find out why that's happening, okay? And we'll go through that on Wednesday, why this is happening. Operating margins 5% down. And then as a result, obviously, income tax is less, right? So the company is not giving guidance, and that's a smart thing to do. Obviously, they don't want to guide investors wrongly here, and they can't really project it. So Lululemon did a couple of things here, and I applaud them for doing one specific thing. First of all, they did a acquisition of a company called Mirror. And so what Mirror is a at-home kind of a thingy where you can look at it. It's kind of like a big iPhone, man. It's kind of like competing with Peloton, which is a at-home fitness thing. And, you know, it's a great time to be doing this with COVID, right? As more and more people move towards this, we don't know how long COVID is going to be around. And so this is definitely a good thing for them to acquire right now. And they paid $500 million in cash for this business. And the company has almost no debt. So I think it was a good move. They did two things that really stood out, right? So they acquired Mirror, and it operates as a standalone company within Lululemon. What it does is it brings weekly live classes, thousands of on-demand workouts, and immersive one-on-one personal training to Lululemon at a time when workouts at home are increasing. That's great, right? And the reality is you have more people streaming yoga in YouTube videos. You have more people working out from home because of COVID, right? And so this analyst says, I think that some of that behavior obviously is going to stick on the other side of the pandemic, because think about it. If you just made this switch into this whole home kind of experience where, oh, now you're like used to working out at home, even after COVID is ended, yeah, you might go to the gym sometimes, but guess what? Now you're like used to this new system and you might just stick with what you have. So, you know, I think it's actually a good thing for that. Um, so personally, I think that it was a good acquisition from Lulu. Now the other thing is they did a warehouse sale, and this was a smart move as well. Okay, for a company that has a ton of inventory, they have to somehow turn over the inventory. Remember, for a business, turning over inventory is a important concept for generating cash flows. Okay, remember, cash is not king; cash flow is king. So they need to actually generate revenues, and that's what exactly they did. They had a warehouse sale which was online, and it was on July 9th, which is interesting. I think they were able to do it. Was a flash sale, so it wasn't like something like they planned. It was like, hey guys, we're doing this. It's a limited time offer. They create a hype around the products, and that kind of makes people like, oh my god, I should get in on this, right, before it runs out. And so I think that would have really helped them out here, because if you look at this here, scrolling down here, you can see, let me go through this real quick and I'll show you what I mean here. So you can see 2020 May 3rd, right before this warehouse sale happened, and February, right? So look at February and May, right? You can see between this period when COVID was at its peak, look at what happened in inventories. Inventories went up, right? So what does this mean? This simply means that the company has been not able to turn over inventory as quickly, right? So in a bid to skim down or scale down on inventory, which is cost to its business, it's actually gone ahead and done a warehouse sale. So you would expect these numbers to be smaller for inventory that will convert directly to cash and cash equivalents in the next quarter. Okay, so that's another smart move, right? Do a flash sale. Even though you make less margins, at least you have inventory turnover, you have cash flow. You don't need to worry about your debt. This company has very little debt, so it's a good thing, right? The current liabilities don't even make up much of the debt. Okay, so all in all, it's looking okay. The company's not looking terrible, but I wouldn't buy them at these prices. So here are other things about Lululemon here. Okay, so at-home fitness stars, Peloton, Lululemon expected to shine. This is a bullish take on it, right? Pandemic pressure on Planet Fitness. They're comparing Lululemon to Planet Fitness and Peloton here. Peloton is a direct competitor with Lulu right now, right? Except for it doesn't sell apparel. So, Lulu has a advantage here. It has the whole package thing, right? It's like kind of like an ecosystem. You buy the apparel and then you're like part of the brand. They have a very strong brand, right? So that's a good thing. Branding is key, right? It's like they're aiming to be like the Apple of the athleisure wear system, right? So they first make you buy the apparel, and then after that, oh, now you can go and do this, and now you're kind of part of this ecosystem, like Team Lulu kind of thing, and then the quality of the products are good, so people usually buy them again, and yada yada. So definitely think that they're building into a nice little brand here. This one was a bearish article. I'm not really going to cover it because I don't want to be biased here. And then there's an analyst touting that the warehouse sale was a good move, and I agree with this analyst. I think that it was a good move. So Lululemon expected to shine out of this acquisition here with Mirror. That's going to be interesting there. So have a look at this here. This is net revenues of Lululemon worldwide from 2012 to 2019 by region. Broken down by region here, the United States of America, Canada, and outside of the United States of America. You can see that the US here, revenues have been increasing steadily year over year. And then we're expected to see at least a little bit of a dip here sometime this year, right? You'll see that happen, and then possibly another run up here. So definitely expect Lulu to have a little dip here. And then obviously the rest of the world is going to also have that small little dip. When you look at this next year, this Statista here. The next thing is look at the net revenues of Lululemon worldwide. You can see net revenues have been growing at an impressive pace here, right? Increasing revenues are a good sign of a business. We want that. We want cash flow. And then here's another one. Total number of Lululemon Athletica. Can't even pronounce things, guys. Can't pronounce things. I blame it on leg day. Worldwide from 2011-19 by country. So this is important to know as well. Now, one thing that you got to realize, they've really been trying to penetrate the rest of the world, but they are having a tough time doing it. Okay, they're having a tough time doing it. So let's see here, 1 to 13, and then okay, so a couple of stores here and there. They closed down stores in Puerto Rico, probably wasn't doing as well. Hong Kong, I'm not sure what happened there. Switzerland, the same. Ireland, the same. Sweden, they opened one more. France, they opened one more. Two more. Singapore opened one more. I didn't even know that was Lululemon in Singapore. One more in South Korea, one more in Germany, two more in Japan. Same in New Zealand from the year ago, United Kingdom, and then obviously the US is where they opened the most stores, Canada, and China. So here's the key one, and it's asterisked, right? Look at this. China, double asterisk. Look at this, the growth of the number of stores here. In fact, I think that it's definitely a secular trend in China, okay? Here's something that I found from another article, the Morningstar report on Lululemon. So read what the bulls have to say here in this analyst review. Lululemon has just over 300 stores in the US, and most of them are about 3,000 square foot, suggesting room for growth. Obviously, it has the highest sales per square foot of any US apparel retailer, okay? And then it's extending its brand into large categories like footwear and personal hygiene. And these products complement its core products, which are its athleisure wear. Okay, so it's like they're creating complementary products. Like if you would buy yoga pants, you probably will buy shoes along with it, right? Or you probably would buy a deodorant to smell good, right? Who wants to go to the gym smelling like fish, right? So, and then look at this here. This is the double asterisk I was talking about, right? I just found it a correlation. Lululemon has a big opportunity in China, where yoga is popular, and the firm operated just 38 stores in 2019. The Chinese are expected to spend an estimated $7 billion on yoga. Dude, $7 billion. That's more than double of its revenue. So you can imagine why it is aggressively expanding into China, okay? And so I think that it has good prospects there. I think that it's a good thing for Lululemon. Obviously, we've got to look at what the bears say as well now, right? So now here's the flip side. Lululemon's expansion to Europe has progressed slowly, and the brand is little known outside North America. International growth is critical for the company because US growth will eventually saturate, right? It's kind of like you need to expand beyond your horizon here. And then as Lululemon expands beyond yoga into categories like your running and training, it competes directly with established athletic apparels like Nike. So here I would like to take a little parlay into something else of a statistic here. So here are the brand values of leading 10 apparel brands worldwide in 2020. And you can see Nike is the king, right? In fact, I'll just draw a little crown here. This is the king, right? And then Zara comes second, Adidas comes third, and actually fourth is Lululemon. So the fact that Lululemon is now moving into that space is going to put them in direct competition with all of these three businesses, except for Zara. Not really. Zara's not really, right? But it kind of is also. So Adidas and Nike will be, two of the most established brands that they're going to be competing against, okay? And then, of course, the COVID crisis is forced to the temporary closures, blah, 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 and the crisis could result in recession and delay, da, 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 da. Okay. We all know that part, right? Definitely. So I'll go through more about this report on Wednesday when we do fundamental analysis. But yeah, so there are a lot of different things here that will put downward pressure on the stock in the coming months, I feel. Too many possible things that can go wrong rather than possible things that can go right. The only thing that I see here that would be a benefit would be its expansion into China. And that will take some time. You can see it's been how many years? Okay, granted that it's doubling up not really doubling, but it's almost doubling, right? I think it may want to concentrate its efforts into expanding in China, which it would be a smart move. Okay, cool. That's kind of all I got for Lululemon today. I hope that was helpful. If you really found the analysis helpful, let me know in the chat. Drop a couple fire emojis, and yeah, I would really like to hear from you. Make sure you smash the like button too. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Can we get 15 more likes, guys? I really hope we can. That would be really cool. Okay, let's read this here. What expression? I just explained that. Cat. Is the U.S. holiday early next week something to look out for? Usually around holidays, the volume tends to drop significantly. Sell-off happens. I think that everything is going to go up till the election, and usually the stock market tends to rally in an election year. That's just the way things go. Hey T, are you going to do a webinar on building a long-term portfolio, not options but long-term stocks to hold? This is really funny because somebody just asked me to do this. I'm planning to do a top 5 stocks to invest in video maybe next week. Let's see. If I can do enough research this weekend, I will do a webinar on that next week. How about that? Eyeing on this. Okay, we'll have watch this or any other place that you'll be posting Twitter. Yeah, unfortunately, Jason, I got a little busy and I wasn't able to post on Twitter. But you know what? As the day goes along, I will update stuff on Twitter. So watch out for that a little later. Okay. Great. Let's see if we can get some of these tickers done. Okay. Let's see. Space, $19 call for 918 here. Let's see. SPCE. This is the Virgin Galactic Holdings. $19 call, so it's up pre-market too, about 50 cents. Interesting. I mean, it's possible, but I don't have a confirmation about this yet. So it's I wouldn't just, take it on a whim. See, because you need a confirmation. You need the wave up, wave down, wave up, and then the wave down, confirmation of higher highs here, and then you can start to go bullish on this, right? Right now, it could still come up here, all the way up here, and get rejected by these moving averages, or it could get rejected by this resistance up here. From a technical standpoint, I don't think calls are the play here, unfortunately. Intel $51 call, you can probably cash those out today. CrowdStrike 121.911. It's looking like volume is coming in as they're going into earnings in a couple of days. Okay then. Yeah. Oh wow. This is actually looking pretty decent. I like it. 121. Your strike might be a bit high, but you're betting on a breakout onto all-time high here. I mean, yeah, you could definitely hold that contract. I don't think that that's a bad contract, Kathy. I think it's a good one. So yeah, absolutely. RKT 28 calls. I want to sell options on this ticker, RKT. I feel like the implied volatility is reaching the point where I want to sell some options here. Maybe sell calls or sell puts or something. Let's see here. RKT $28 call. Sure, your calls are in the money, man. Either take your profits or, go buy yourself a LV bag with the money. Zoom 230 and 918. Okay, then. Isn't it crazy? Look at this chart that we drew on Zoom. Remember this, guys? It's like it made a wave, but it didn't really. It kind of broke even higher than where I had projected it to go. So initially, we're gonna have to make amendments to this here, but it's definitely following the fibs that I drew in. So that's nice to see. Nice little thing-a-fig here. If you get these in, you'll get a couple additional Fibonacci levels here. So the next target's going to be at the 306 level here, if we can stay above this 300 level. So, but I don't think so. I think that Zoom comes down here a little bit to this old resistance. This would be a nice little zone, 280, for it to come down to. Shorting the stock would make sense if the Nasdaq sells off. Oh, and we have a little sell-off here. Okay, then. And the crowd goes wild. Let's hope VIX goes up here. Yeah, baby. If you got into VIX with me, I think we're about to see some interesting stuff happen today. So might make some money there. Let's see. Let's see what happens. I meant DocuSign 230. Oh, wow. What? Okay, then. DocuSign 230. Looks like fine. We did a report on this. An option swing. 230 up here. I don't know. I mean, it's an earnings play, so you're going to be gambling this one. I don't see the case of it going to 230 just of yet, but who knows? Maybe they blow earnings out of the water and then you make $1 million. And if you do, just make sure that you remember me when you become a millionaire. Okay? Just remember that. Just be my friend, because we gotta stick together, man. All right, we gotta stick together. And my charger decides to die on me. See here. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, answer some of these. Good morning, Senpai. I'm not Senpai, man. Thoughts on DraftKings? $37 call, 911 DKNG. Oh, it's looking terrible, bro. It's looking bearish. It's looking bearish. Unfortunately, I am. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, well, wave up, wave down, wave up, wave down, wave up. I mean, technically, it could bounce right here, right? But short-term bearish. And then if it bounces, then it has a chance to go. But the thing is, the volume has now flowed out lower than here. So this is why I'm saying bearish. You see that? I think it's bearish more than bullish here. Caterpillar 150 calls. Can we get to 100 likes today, guys? I really hope we can. Please smash the like button. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Caterpillar 150 calls for 918. Let's have a look. I like Caterpillar as a stock, by the way. Really nice stock, long term to own. Let's have a look at this. I drew a couple of channels in here. We covered this stock a couple of weeks back, and we were, I believe, bullish on it. Let's extend this out here. See where we're going with this. Need to extend this one as well. And this one. Well. 150 calls by September 18th. It might be possible if we get a rotation from all the risk that's flowing out here into Dow Jones. It's possible. But then what I see is risk flowing out here as well. So I say be careful. Be careful. It's not looking good. Nirav, I'm sorry, it's not looking good, man. Alright, let me read a couple of these things here. T, my man, always dropping knowledge. Thank you, Nico. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for being here. Of course, bro, you're the man. Thank you, sir. Good morning, Senpai. Is it okay for me to buy shares on the same account I trade options with? Should I buy equity in a separate account? So I used to do separately. And now I ended up doing it all in one account because I don't have a choice. But I would like to keep them separately, to be honest, Alex. That's just my view. Yeah, it's just my outlook on it. I like to keep things separately because I like my equities to be in a separate portfolio and then my options to separate portfolio, so I can kind of manage my positions in a tight manner. I don't know if I've told you guys before, but I have a specific system on how I deal with my positions. So I have two portfolios right before. Now it's just one. But if you have two portfolios, here's what you can do. You have portfolio 1 and portfolio 2, right? And one portfolio, you have all your long-term dividend holdings, yada, yada, right? The other portfolio, you have your options, right? And every time you make money on your options trading, you make let's say this represents 100% of your earnings, right? Let's say you made $1,000, then that's 100%. You take 50% of it and you put it into your long-term holding. So you're converting active to passive income, okay? And what this does is, over time, you're building your retirement portfolio without even you realizing it. The balance 50% is split two ways, right? You take 25% of it and you put it back in your account for tax purposes, right? Because you got to pay Uncle Sam. And then the balance 25%, you withdraw it on a weekly basis. Because you got to pay yourself. You got to go drink some Macallan sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So convert 50% of your earnings into passive income from active income and withdraw 25% and retain 25% for tax. Simple. Easy. That way, whatever your options portfolio is stays the same value, but you're converting all your gains. If you have a $10,000 portfolio, you can constantly do this and churn additional capital for yourself. And if you do that consistently for 3 years, I swear to God, you'll see crazy amounts of money in your dividend portfolio. I've done it, so I know where it leads. Eyeing UNH 217918, looking like a maybe bullish momentum. United Health here. Possibly. This is the biggest weight in the Dow Jones now, so it's possible, but it's been moving very slowly, so you got to be really careful here. Don't take short expiries on this one, man. That's a pretty short expiry in my opinion for you said 217? I think you meant 317. right? You surely meant 317. I think you could hold it, but I would say roll it out to a further expiry. I bought Microsoft 230, 250, 94 contracts. Yeah, you definitely shouldn't hold them. Microsoft is down 16% pre-market? Are you sure? That doesn't sound right. It's not down 16%. How's that? No, what is that? That's $2, dude. Come on. That's not 16%. How did you get 16%? I'm kind of confused. Or are you talking about the options? I wouldn't hold that contract for this week. The market looks like it might make a correction, and if it does, then your contract's dead. It's a weekly expiry, so your theta is gonna drain you, yada yada. Be careful. Okay, DocuSign. I just covered DocuSign. Boeing 190. I like that one, but your expiry is too near. Let's actually see where Boeing is today. I haven't covered the pre-market stocks here, but I like the idea of Boeing. Still in this range here. Still doing its thing. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I'm holding long-term position in Boeing. So personally, I'm not worried. I think your expiry is too near. You might want to roll that out to further. I just covered DraftKings as well, Dylan. So I hope you were here for that. AMD 100 calls. Possibly you could hold that one. Leaps for AMD look good. Personally, I don't mind it at all. I had Microsoft 240 calls. Yeah, definitely sold that one. Definitely sell that one. It's not hitting it this week. 9.4, it's too near. Gold 185 call. I wouldn't be too bullish on gold, guys. I mean, it possibly can run up, but look at this run up on the monthly. Okay, at some point it's gonna have to come down. So be careful. Don't get too exuberant. Okay. This is actually gold, I believe. No, this is silver, so this is gold. Yeah. With gold, you want to be careful. All right, be careful. Why? It could be doing one of two things. Granted that it made this low and then made a higher low, but it's also making lower highs. So, which way is it gonna go? Up or down? Nobody knows. I rather not bet on it. It's a very volatile thing. I don't like trading commodities. It's not a thing that you should trade, in my opinion. Work, I have work. I think it's up pre-market. I saw, maybe, yeah, up a little bit pre-market. It's nice little volume came in this week. That's the reason why I got in. I was playing this gap fill up all the way to $33 here. So let's see if we can get there. I think we might. Let's see. Yeah, you could hold that. I think $32 calls seems fine. AMD 95 calls, probably not. That's too near of expiry. Okay then, one more like to get to 100. Can we do that? You think so? I'm in 103 calls, Fastly 911. Abort? Yeah, you might want to abort that. It's down, right? It's down pre-market by a little bit. 103 calls. Yeah, I think. Oh man, I mean, I say you have a choice here. You can either average down on your Fastly if you believe in the trade, or you get out. There's two ways about it. Nvidia 530 calls for 925. Oh yeah, I like that one. Absolutely. Continuation play here. Oh yeah, it's looking good. Absolutely. It's already up Dude, it's already up $2 pre-market. Yeah. Nvidia is going to continue running, I think. It's looking good. I think that this is where the FOMO kicks in. And people start buying, and then it's like goes parabolic a little bit, and then comes back down. Just be careful. I would take profits on that if you can. Make sure you set a stop loss. Okay. So be careful there, Adolf. What's this? Macy's $6 puts for 911. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to this idea. I like it. It could run up to $7 though before doing that. So. I say set a stop loss above this level here, the 766-ish, so that you don't lose too much of your capital if something goes wrong. Okay then. Wow, we managed to cover all the tickers today. Good job, guys. Is there a video on how to set an option stop loss? Well, I have it on Everyday Growth Advisor's Instagram. If you go check it out. Go check out my Instagram page. Go check out my Twitter page, guys. There's a lot of stuff here that you guys need to go through, in my opinion. I spend lots of time designing this stuff for you guys. I really hope that you will check it out. If you want to know how to set stop losses, I have one that explains how to do it on Thinkorswim here. Nicely done for you with step-by-step instructions. Number one, you can go through that one. Or if you want to look at the one for Robinhood, if you go further down here, there's another one for Robinhood right here. How to set a stop loss on Robinhood. And I'm going to be doing one for Tastyworks, and I'm going to be doing one for Webull as time goes on, so that you guys have all of them. You can bookmark them and then, refer to them whenever you want. Really nice little designs here so that you guys can have an easy way to do it, okay? Big C, 18, 110 puts. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer, man. Absolutely. Crazy run-up. I think you should take your profits at the open. No, actually, wait, hold on. If market pressure comes down, you may want to hold that one. It might actually come down. You never know. You're going to be close to money now with that one. Can you do one for Fidelity? I could try. I hope that I know how to operate the platform. I can try. I can absolutely try. I would move your stop loss in the money. So move your stop loss so that you're in profit there with this contract, Dravidian. That's what I would do. Okay, once again, guys, I want to say thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for attending the stream, for being who you are, for spending your time here. I really hope that the stuff here helps you out. That's my aim for holding these live streams and webinars. Tomorrow is a must-attend webinar. How to manage your positions. I will be showing you how to manage your stop losses, in principle. How you should move them up, how you can let your winners ride longer, and how to cut your losers early. Okay, I know many of you have these problems, and so I want to address this tomorrow. I think that it's an important concept. Some people have difficulty with it, so I want to do it. Okay, and so tomorrow we'll be doing that 30-minute webinar, really quick in and out adventure, Rick and Morty style. So come through, learn something new, do the pre-market with me, and then, it's going to be a great day. Okay, so awesome. RTX 911 63 calls. Let's do that one real quick. Last one here. That's the one I have been waiting for. Yeah, I know. A lot of people have been waiting for that webinar, so I hope that you guys will turn up tomorrow. Everybody keeps saying that, and they just they don't turn up. I'm just kidding. 63 call RTX. Okay, then. I do like this one, but the problem that I have with this is it's sitting right smack in the middle between a swing. This is, oops, let me just show you my problem with this. Okay, this is the swing high and this is the swing low. Where the stock is right in between. Okay, your risk to reward ratio on either side is 1:1. If you play the upside and it fails, you lose 1. If you play the downside and it fails, you lose more than 1. I don't like this situation to play this. You get what I'm saying? You either take it at the extreme swings or you don't play it. There is no point to speculate if it's going to go up or down here. It's a either 50-50 split here in terms of probability and statistics. So I like to take the emotions out of it. And personally, I don't like this play. Are the trading sessions this Tuesday and Thursday? You mean for the mentorship course? For the mentorship course, we're going to do it on Thursday, and then we're going to do one more next week, because you guys have 2 weeks access to the course channel. So we'll do one this week and then one next week. More on that when we enter the classroom tomorrow. We'll do a poll on the course channel. Okay, cool. Well, guys, I have some positions to manage when the market's open. I want to say thank you so much for attending the live stream today. Have a great day, guys. Make sure you smash the like button one more time if you enjoyed today's stream. A little bit of an insight on LULU there. I think it's a little overvalued. It needs to come down a little bit. That's a summary of today. Taking a short position in LULU is not a bad idea, in my opinion. If you really do want to take a short position, I would recommend to, take a short all the way down to about 365 here. 365 seems like a good good level here. A slightly out the money put would be a good idea. Nice little risk to reward ratio there. Of course, make sure that you check that the contracts don't have too high of an IV, have adequate open interest and volume, and make sure that you just, take your time with it. Don't rush into it. Wait for the confirmation. If it breaks below this level here at 373, I think that's a good sign to get into LULU puts. So keep that in mind. Okay. All right then. I'm going to leave you guys for the rest of your day. Thank you for attending the stream. Have a good one, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.